We've been hard at work for what feels like forever, but today, on the 20th of July, is the day. It should be the day. It hopefully is the day. I've been working so much on getting everything wired up. We are wired up. The only things left: heater hose, radiator hoses, fill up with coolant, transmission fluid. Obviously, put that back on. I had to retap some holes, and then we're ready. We're almost there. Like, we're so close. Today we should be starting it. I got the bass tune ready on the tuner. I just got to load it into the car, turn the key, and pray and cross our fingers that it does start and run like it's supposed to. There's no reason it shouldn't, right? We do have reinforcements that are coming to monitor everything while we're doing the first start. We're gonna do a little cam break-in. Just want to be better, safe than sorry. And then, then we maybe we'll take it around the block. Maybe. I think we should, if we get it running, of course. First, of course, we're gonna put that back on. Heater hoses, get all that hooked up. We have to do an EGR delete. I gotta put the EGR cap on, cap off vacuum lines, all that stuff, and then we're ready. We're finally getting there. Everything's bolted up, I think. We got transmission fluid, oil, the additive, drive shaft, steering. I think everything's good. We're putting the custom tune in now, hopefully, as long as everything goes the way it should. Custom tune right now is loading into the car. We have a custom bass tune so we can start the car, break the cams in a little bit. Thursday, coming up this week, we have our full tuning session. After that, we can drive it. Break in the motor, obviously, keep it under $3,000. You know how it goes, but we are getting there. You look good over here. All right, so we're real quick. It's really late. To the neighbors, I am so sorry, but we have to get this started. It's 9:45 right now. We're gonna do like 15-minute cam break-in, 15 to 20 minutes. We gotta start it, bring it up to $2,000, fluctuate from 2,000 to 2,500 RPM. They're gonna be watching it, making sure everything looks good. This is the time. So we're gonna hold gas all the way down. We pulled the fuel pump fuse as well. Hold all the way down, crank it, make sure we do have oil pressure. That's kind of key. And then we are good to start the thing, for real, hopefully. All right, gentlemen, we ready?
Yep, wide open.
Nothing on
No, hold up.
What?
Yeah, well, wait a minute.
So here's the update. We were trying to crank it, but we weren't. The oil pressure gauge wasn't moving at all. Is it the gauge? Is it actually having no oil pressure? We don't know. The motor sounded good. It sounded fine, but I'm not going to risk it and leave it up to a gauge. And it's 10 o'clock already, so we're ditching that. We're ditching the start for tonight. We're going to try to start it tomorrow. We can get a better look at it. Maybe prime the oil system one more time, but as of now, it's just not worth risking it. It really isn't. So we're gonna wait and try to start it tomorrow. Tonight we're gonna call it. I'm dog tired, but at least we know we have power to the car. Everything's hooked up. Seems good. We'll see how bad the leaking is under there tomorrow, and hopefully we can start it. My fingers are crossed, but until then, I'll catch y'all probably tomorrow afternoon. We're back, baby. We're back. Today is actually the day. We have a kind of a game plan figured out, and guess what? We're joined by Mr. Price. He's back. He's not dead, which is a good thing. We're gonna go ahead and push the car out. The weather is really cooperating nice. It's like 80 maybe, so we're gonna push the car out, crank it probably for 30 seconds, try to get some oil pressure, and then we're gonna start it. Listen to it real close. If the gauge doesn't pop up after a few seconds, or if we hear anything, we're shutting it down. We're gonna investigate. I've been really thinking on what could cause that. We don't know. So if that's the case, we'll try priming the oil system again. We'll figure it out. But now we're gonna push the car out, set it up, and get ready. It's the crunch time now.
All right, we're going now. Yeah. Keep on that brake. Yeah.
The alarm system doesn't like having the battery unplugged and plugged back in. We had this problem, so you see our flashes are on. You can probably hear the clicking we've got going on. So let's see, will it go away? Hey, We're back. We're ready to go. We just checked everything out a little bit. We got our fire preventions ready just in case. The hose. So, fire. You're the fireman. So if there's a fire,
I need a hat.
I don't know. I don't know if I have one. We can try to. I mean,
I can't be your.
I can make you one. Out of like foil. Heat resistant, protect. Why are you throwing a wrench at my new engine, dude? You're gonna scratch it.
Breaking it in.
All right, the moment of the truth. 30 seconds of cranking, and then we're gonna do it. The storm is hopefully not coming this way. If it is, then that's gonna be a little awkward because we don't want to drive it in the rain very much with the nice shiny parts. So it'll be what it'll be. But 30-second crank, see if we can build oil pressure, and then it's time to get this show on the road and see if we can get her to fire up. A little bit nervous. A lot of it nervous, really.
Alarm. It's the alarm.
I guess we're figuring that out right now.
All right, I'm super unproud to admit this, but we did figure out the car, the clicking. We've been working on this for the past hour. Yeah, I had to hit the unlock button. Yeah, I've been panicking. I had to hit the unlock button. The car does crank now, so we can proceed as normal. We'll get Jacob back on fire duty. We'll film this. We'll crank for 30 seconds, build oil pressure, hopefully, and fire it up, hopefully, and see how she runs. Gosh, I'm such an idiot sometimes.
Here we go.
Well, it's not starting. Come on, dude. Thought you built a good engine.
We do have our high-dollar fan here to make sure the engine is staying nice and cool when it's idling here for about 20 minutes for this initial cam break-in. It probably doesn't do anything. Well, I can feel the air. I can feel the air. It's okay. It's cool outside. We'll be good. Now, for real, we're going to try to start it. Fuel pump fuse is plugged in. I'm really nervous. We'll see if it has oil pressure. It better. I hope it does. If not, we'll prime the system one more time, then do it again. Leave a prayer down in the comments below, please. Please, for real this time, for real. My heart's beating so fast right now. We're having a little water leak right now, just to be, first start. I hate turning it off like that because we're trying to break in the cams. It started to smooth out too, it's sounding good. So yeah, here's what we got. We got to figure this leak out, and then we'll start it back up, get back in the cam break in. Feels really good that it actually started, so we'll see what we can do. We figured out the issue. You notice we have one heater hose connected and one we didn't plug in. I don't know why we capped the other one. So we're gonna cap this one too. The system just circulates. Heater core leaks anyway, so it's not as big a deal. We're gonna cap it off, fire it back up, and hopefully we can go through with this cam break-in without much smoke or steam or anything else happening. So we're gonna do that real quick. Clean up the water mess under there by the coil, and it'll be good to go. It is time for take two. So we have the heater hose. This is very temporarily, it's done up like that. I'm gonna get the heater hoses. They're just 75 bucks. Couldn't get them in time. I lost the old ones. It's on me. This should be okay. We have our emergency hose clampers, which are just some locking pliers, courtesy of Craftsman, right here. So these are the just in case they are still leaking. We looked under the car, don't see any oil leaks right now. Everything looks like it should be okay. So we're gonna give it another shot. Hopefully we can hold it for that full 20 minutes, break in the cams. I know some people say hydraulic roller cams, it's not necessary, but we'd rather be safe than sorry. So that's what we're gonna be. We're gonna be safe, and we're gonna break in the cam, hold it 2,000 RPMs, and then maybe we can cruise around the block. We'll see, we got our fingers crossed. But here's take two. And I gotta say it's louder and it sounds crazy, but you'll probably know that. longer than last time. Engine's smoothing out a little bit. Oil pressure is good. We'll see how it goes. We got a little bit of steam. I think there's still a small water leak, but nothing like last time. We are doing good so far. We're gonna do about probably 10 more minutes probably. And then we'll see if we can idle it down and see if it'll sound good. We'll see. So far we're okay, knock on wood. Oil pressure's good, temperature's good. We're at 200 coolant temp. It keeps fans kicking on like it should. So right now we are okay. The only thing I don't like, the throttle's a little sticky. That's something on my end though. So we'll address that after we're done with this break-in. I'm ready for this to be done so I can let off the gas and see if it'll idle. It's a little loud. It smells really nice. We're almost done with the break-in. We are getting really close. Motor's running smooth. The throttle's a little sticky, like I said. It's dropping down in RPM every once in a while, which isn't me. I don't know if that has to do with the throttle or what. But so far, see, you hear that? So far, we're okay. Knock on wood. I hope it stays that way. Car got just a little hot. We were a little overflowed on the water anyway, but we are letting it idle now. When it idles down, it sounds pretty good. I think we're gonna shut it off, let it cool off though. We're watching the coolant temp, letting it lower a little bit before we start it again. We might start it. I don't know if we'll move it at all. If anything, we'll move it back into the garage. We're on a rough base tune right now, so obviously we're not perfectly situated for this. The real tuning starts tomorrow. We did throw one code. It's for like the fuel pump module something. I don't know if that was a code we were throwing on the first start when we had, or cranking when we had the fuel pump fuse unplugged, which would make sense. So we might clear the codes. Of course, we have a few EGR codes because we don't have that. We also have P1000, which is really nothing. Other than that, we're good, which is awesome. So we're gonna let it cool down a little bit. We're at like 200 in the coolant temp right now. We're gonna let it get down in the 100s. We'll try to fire it up again, see how we're sounding, see if we can get a good idle going. With the base tune on right now, I'm not expecting it to be like super tuned in, but we got a little glimpse of the cam, a little glimpse. I'm talking to the tuner right now. We're trying to figure out idle fluctuation and stuff in RPM, whether that's tune or that's on my end. If it's on my end, we'll get it fixed for the tuning tomorrow. The only thing left, really, we gotta hook up air fuel gauge for the tuner. We hope a cable comes in for my tuner so we can hook the air fuel gauge to it, and then move it in the garage and wait till tomorrow. No oil leaks, no transmission leaks right now. Whether or not the transmission actually shifts in the gear, we don't know yet because this is a unknown transmission, but the fluid looked good. We got new fluid in. So now we're just playing the waiting game until it cools off. It runs though, it runs. While we're waiting for it to cool down though, you got to admit that this engine bay looks so good. This engine bay does not belong in this car. This car, it really doesn't deserve that engine. JPArmor coating kind of killed it on this powder coating, you got to admit. So Friday, as long as we're good to go, we got a car show and we're going to reveal that engine. I so hope that we can and everything works out great.
Where's the wide body kit?
Well, you see, there's a little thing called a bank, and they don't want me buying that right now, so that's gonna have to wait till next summer. We'll get it. I am so relieved that the Mustang starts. We did a second startup. It was running really good. We still got to figure out the little idle issue. I'm not too worried about it. The tuner is gonna kind of see what he can do about that. We're gonna do a vacuum or a smoke test, see if it's a vacuum leak. For now though, I think we're gonna try, it does have a new clutch and all that, we're gonna try to back it into the garage. So it'll be the first time moving under its own power in months. So fingers are crossed. We'll see if it'll work. Hopefully it can. We'll see how it goes though. I don't know. Car runs on its own power, which is good.
Give it a week until he runs up to $6,000 and just
5,600, not 6,000.
he likes to have fun. He's gonna do something.
Listen, we get to 55 miles an hour. That's all we do. He can attest to that.
55 miles an hour in second gear, first gear. Like
it may look.
Oh yeah, you freaking floated a valve.
It looks like we're going faster, but it's just 55. We made it to the next morning. Last night, I got so excited. I guess I forgot to end the video. but we're gonna do that now. So today, which you'll see next video, is tuning. We are gonna film that process. It should be super cool, remote tuning. I gotta take off work early today because we still have so much to do. As we mentioned last night, throttle position sensor, we're gonna replace that. I have to hook up that gauge, smoke test the car. A lot to do, but a very, very little amount of time, but we will figure it out. But I'm so happy that the car, it does run. Make sure you hit that subscribe button though, because next video, tuning, also the first drive of the new motor. Then we got 500 braking miles, and then we got another round of tuning, and then we can actually hammer on it. So we're getting there. We're getting real close to actually being able to use the full potential of a Mustang. We're not there yet, but within like a week or two, we will be. But until the tuning session, until our first drive, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we will catch y'all actually driving the car. It's a crazy, crazy thought. So thank you guys so much. Hope you're crushing it. Remember, keep it classy, and I'll catch y'all very soon.